Okay, the fourth force of business mastery is the constant innovation of the sales mastery systems. This is my specialty. This is my favorite. The sales mastery systems. There are 5 steps. I'm going to give you these 5 steps. In a different video, there's of course different videos we talk about, driving someone down the straight line and all the different psychological aspects of it. That's how I teach, is the psychological aspect of selling. But this here is the 5 keys to the sales mastery system itself. Okay. Number 1, influence somebody. The identification process, having to capture their attention. In order for you to get anybody to want to do business with you or to sit through it, you have to capture their attention, which means you have to have the ability to influence. Number 2, logic and reason. Okay. Give just enough information to justify an emotional decision within themselves. Nobody likes to be sold. You don't need to overdo it. Sometimes people talk too much. Sometimes you just got to shush. Give them just enough to justify an emotional decision in their head. Okay. Number 3, attack and confess. Attacking the objections by confessing that you've been there before, because I'm sure that you have. Let them know you've made certain mistakes. Let them know, because again, if you're going to sell something, you got to believe it. In every sale, there's a transfer of emotion, and that emotion is certainty. Most people are driven by certainty. We're going to, in another video, again, there's lots of videos on here. In another video, we're going to talk about the 6 human needs. Most people are driven by certainty. They have to know something is going to benefit them. And so being able to attack the objections and confess that you've been there before, because you have, or you should have been. Okay. Deal with the problems. They're going to have problems. You have to deal with them, and you have to know those problems before they do. Through communication, through questions, through talking with your prior customers and paying attention. Okay. Know their problems before they do, and bring out those objections before they even think about those objections through storytelling. In another video, again, we're going to talk about storytelling and breaking down the sale more on a technical basis, but bring out the objections and the answers to those objections before they think about them. Okay. Number 4, the solution. Okay. We're working our way down to the sale. Number 4, solution. Give the specific solutions to their problems. You're going to sell somebody and influence somebody to make a decision by giving them the answer. Let them know that you have it, to the point where in their head they say, heaven if I do, hell if I don't. And what that means is that if they understand the positive benefits of the follow through of doing what you're asking them to do, versus the negative consequence if they don't. Okay, number 5 is the sale. Number 5 is your influence. If you've mastered the ability to influence this individual, okay, ask them to take specific, clear, positive action. Ask them to commit. Most people, you would be surprised. I know that you've probably heard this before somewhere, and it baffles me. Most people get to the end and they don't ask them to take a specific action. Don't ask if they like it. Don't ask what you think. Listen, in order for you to sell anything at all, especially if you're a business owner, whether you're selling your employees on selling the products, or if you're a salesman out there promoting something, you have to know in your head, you have to be absolutely certain that what you have is the solution to their problem. And if you are absolutely certain, you will be able to transfer that to them. So don't ask them if they like it. Don't ask them what do they think. Don't ask them, would you like to buy this? Would you like to move forward? What do you think? and dabble there a little bit, at the end. No, assume that you did your job. I get to the end. The next step is we're going to go over this paperwork. We're going to sign this. In the next 24 hours, this is going to happen. In the next day, this is going to happen. Next week, this is going to happen. Just go through the process. The straight line system, the selling stuff on the other videos will help drive that point. But you have to have an ability to influence somebody. Now, this is years and years of sales stuff, but you can do it. You got to do something on your own too. Don't just go home and sit down. I mean, your ability to influence anybody, especially if you're a business owner, and I work with business owners. I'm working with you. I'm talking to you right now. There just might be somebody else watching the video, but you're a business owner. You have influenced people to work for you. You have influenced salespeople to come in and sell your systems. They better have the same level of influence. They better have the same level of drive you do. So, recap. The ability to influence somebody. You're going to start with that, right? Attack and confess. Understand the objections and confess that you've been there before. Give them the solution to their problem. And if you've done it, you have to ask them to take specific, clear, positive action at the end. Get them to commit. Power of influence.